All right, for this next section, we are going to solve using a matrix equation of a system with 3 equations in it. So again, to start with, we are going to set up our matrix equation. So we want to start with our coefficient matrix. So we want our x, y, and z coefficients. So for x, we have 6, 2, 2. And then y is -4, -2, 2. And z is 2, 6, 2. Okay. So times our variable matrix, so x, y, and z. And then equals the constants. So 4, -4, 10, and -2. So again, looking at this, it's the same idea as our matrix A times x equals matrix B. So when we're solving, we have to get rid of this matrix A by multiplying by its inverse to each side. So again, by doing that, it cancels this part out and we are left with x equals, and then the inverse of A times B. Okay? So that's what we're going to do next. So we have our x, y, and z equal to the inverse of A. So again, I'm not quite sure what that is yet. And then times matrix B, so -4, 10, and -2. So since we are dealing with a 3 by 3 matrix, we are going to use our calculators to figure out the inverse. So on our calculator, we're going to go to our matrix menu. So second matrix, and then over to edit. And then I'm just going to use matrix A. So again, we have a 3 by 3, and then we're just typing in this matrix. So 6, -4, 2, 2, -2, 6, 2, 2, and 2. Okay. So once we have it typed in, then we're going to find the inverse. So we're going to go back to our home screen. And then we're going to retrieve our matrix. So second inverse key, and then select matrix A. And then press the inverse key, and then enter. So again, we have decimals, so I'm going to change those to fractions by pressing the math key, and then we just want to select the first one. So enter, and then enter one more time. So now we're just going to write this matrix down, so that goes in our inverse spot, and then we'll have to multiply those two matrices together. Okay? So again, I'm just going to copy that down. So we have 1/7, -3/28, 5/28, -1/14, -1/14, 2/7, -1/14, 5/28, and 1/28. So now we are going to multiply those matrices together. So again, to do that, we're going to start by writing down the dimensions. So here we have a 3 by 3 and then a 3 by 1. So that means that our answer matrix has to be a 3 by 1. So we need 3 rows, 1 column. Make sure I leave myself plenty of space here. So again, we're going to start with our first row times our column. So 1/7 times -4 is -4/7 plus, and then -3/8 times 10 is -30/28. And 5/28 times -2 is -10/28. So again, when we're multiplying with a fraction, we're just taking the numerators times each of these numbers. And we're not going to worry about simplifying yet. So now we're to our second row times our column. So -1/14 times -4 is +4/14. And then -1/14 times 10 is -10/14. And 2/7 times -2 is -4/7. And our last row. So again, -1/14 times -4 is a +4/14. And then 5/28 times 10 is 50/28. And 1/28 times -2 is -2/28. Now to speed up the process a little bit, I'm just going to use my calculator to add all my fractions together. And then I'm going to write my final answer. Okay. So our XYZ matrix will be equal to, again, when we're done, it's going to be a 3 by 1. Okay. And again, I'm going to use my calculator to kind of speed up the process. So I'm just going to clear what's there. Okay, so our first row, we have negative 4/7 plus negative 30/28 plus negative 10/28. Okay, so that comes out to be a nice number. So negative 2. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing with that middle row. So 4/14 plus negative 10/14 plus negative 4/7. So again, we get a nice number, so negative 1. And then our last row, so 4/14 plus 50/28 plus negative 2/28. So 2. All right, so again, the whole point of solving is to find the intersection. So this final matrix represents that ordered triple where our 3 planes, remember these equations represent planes, where they intersect. So our final answer as an ordered triple will be negative 2, negative 1, 2. So those are the planes are intersecting. And that is going to conclude this section as well as this unit.